when perfection's overrated and chaos is part of the show. There's only one place to go. Half Decent Productions. When perfection's overrated and chaos is part of the show, there's only one place to go. Half Decent Productions. That's the deal, but the chaos, that's real. Half decent, turn it up, let it ride. Not the best, but we're damn close to fine. Half decent, hang on, we're holding on. If it breaks, we'll roll along. Half decent Productions, bring it on. Not quite decent, good enough. Hold tight, decent, that'll buff. We're dropping frames and cranking sound. Still the best show, not fully dialed down. Productions. It's not perfect, but neither are you.
Welcome back to Half Decent Productions. Back again with the Smokin Thunder Racing League. 2 weeks to go. Well, this week and next week for their Summer Super Speedway Series. They're winding down, and then they're going to get ready for their O'Reilly Series after this. But they still got 2 races to run yet. Tonight, it's the 87s at Talladega. They're going old school at Talladega. Should be fun. Got the old school cars out there. There we go. We just advanced on to qualifying. So these guys will go out there and try to put their best lap in and see where they're going to start this thing. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope it's been a good start to your week here. Let's see if we got anybody out on track. Saw a couple people starting to get out there. Brandon Biddy making his way out. Jonathan Kibbe's out there. Jordan Kibbe's out there. think we're going to have a couple Busch Light schemes tonight. That's going to be fun to call. Scott Drost coming out trying to get his laps in. Let's see who puts one in. I think Brandon Biddy was out first, so we'll check him. See how his laps are going to look. So he was going to put the fast time down here in qualifying. And he's going to start this thing up front. So these things do not have restrictor plates. So let's go ahead and take a look at the telemetry. You can see what kind of speeds they're getting. Without the draft, over 200 mile an hour coming into the turns. You see them up over 200 again through the tri-oval into the turns. So these things will be rolling here tonight. So 207, 208, 209. So 209 is about where he tops out on the backstretch. That'll be fun to watch once they get into the draft. These things are going to be flying around the track. And these things aren't the most stable in the draft either. You're going to see some wiggling around. Tire wear is a little bit of a factor in these cars. And Brandon Biddy's the first one to put in a lap, so he goes straight to the top of the leaderboard. Jordan Kibbe puts his lap in, puts him in second. Scott Drost does his first lap, jumps him up to second. Jordan Kibbe in fourth. Jonathan Kibbe in third. They get one more lap to go around and see what they can do. Let's see if anyone can challenge Brandon Biddy here for his pole position. He's putting in his second lap right now. His first one was a 46.64. Let's see if this one changes at all. So 46.64, still his fastest. Take a look at Scott Drost here. I think he just put in his second lap. Yep, so he's going to stay in second for the time being. Jordan Kibbe finishing up his laps. He's going to stay in third for now. Brett Bray is going to jump up to fourth. Logan Slavoski's in eighth at the moment. Paul, the old man Dirk, is going to jump up to seventh. Colin Swanson's going to jump up to seventh now. Push Paul down to eighth and Logan down to ninth. So a few drivers still left to put in some laps. We'll see if they get out there or if they're just gonna try to start in the back and see what happens. Sometimes that's a good strategy. Start in the back. Try to avoid the chaos. Get to the front. And that's the chaos I'm talking about. You see Colin Swanson crumbles his car off the wall. Logan Slavoski going to jump up to fifth with his second lap. So it looks like quite a few people aren't going to put in a lap. We got Jack Kelly and Steve Castle out here right now. The Melon Man Mafia crew out here putting their laps in. Jack Kelly's first lap's going to take him to 10th place right now. And you can see on the tower, not much time separating these guys. All running pretty similar lap times here. So as it looks right now, Jack Kelly and Steve Castle will be the last two to put in laps. Unless anyone decides to take a late entry into qualifying. So Jack Kelly's second lap is going to keep him in. Oh, now it's going to push him down to 11th because his teammate Steve Castle came in with his first lap, jumped into the 10th place spot. See what we're going to do on his second lap, see if he moves up at all or if he's going to stay put right there in 10th. So with these Melon Man Mafia cars look pretty good out here, man. Anything that they've ran so far in this series has had some pretty good paint jobs. So Steve Castle is going to be able to jump into 9th place here with his second lap. So as it sits right now, unless anybody gets a last-minute change of heart, your top 11 are qualified, and we'll have 3 not qualifying and just starting in the back. While they finish up and try to wrap things up, we got a little bit of time to kill. So when we got time to kill, I like to encourage people to hop in the chat. Let's chat it up about something. Never mind, not much time to kill. They're going to jump right into the race here as they're gridding up. Get a good shot of our starting grid here. 80 laps here tonight. Stage break at lap 40. Brandon Biddy does hang on to that pole position. Everyone's starting to grid up here. They're going to get ready to go rolling. And once they get rolling, we'll bring you your starting grid here for tonight. Currently waiting on two people to grid here. Once that happens, they will start rolling and get this race underway. Alright, waiting for one more to grid up. If they don't grid, it'll eventually just time out and we'll start rolling anyways. Alright, so it looks like just the one is not going to be making the grid here tonight. Have to see if they start out of the pits. And there they go, they're rolling. Get a good shot of them here pulling off the starting grid. And with that, we take a look at tonight's starting grid. Row number 1 is going to be Brandon Biddy and Paul the Old Man Dirk. Row number 2, you're going to have Brett Bray and Scott Drost. Row number 3 is going to be Logan Slavosky and Jordan Kibbe. Row 4 is going to be Chad Ashley and Jonathan Kibbe. Row number 5 is going to be Steve Castle and Colin Swanson. And then row number 6 here, not rounding it out, Jack Kelly and Brandon Costello. And then finally, row number 7, rounding it out, Noah Morris and Adam Alama. There's tonight's starting grid. There's Frank leading them down the backstretch here, getting them ready to go. Who doesn't love Frank? So, a lot of Chevys out here tonight. Then you got 2 Fords and 2 Buicks out there. But mostly all Chevrolets dominating this grid here tonight. The only 2 Fords are starting one in front of another. Brandon Biddy and Brett Bray running the Fords. There goes Frank. But we still have just a little bit till they get to the start zone here. With Talladega being funky and all, and having the start-finish line almost in turn number 1. And there's the green flag. We are underway here in Talladega with the 87s. Going old school at Talladega. And here we go, Brandon Biddy and Paul Dirk getting out to a great start out front. They're staying side by side, and Scott Drost was able to find himself on the bottom line now after getting a pretty decent start. He's going to get right up behind Brandon Biddy here. Now, I have drove these cars, but I've never got to sit back and watch them. So I am curious exactly how they're going to drive here. Oh, they're 3 wide starting it here early. They're leaving Paul Dirk all alone in the middle. He's got a little bit of help coming here. He's got Brett Bray behind him. Oh, they're 3 wide. They're touching. Brandon Biddy. Oh, they're almost 4 wide coming through the tri-oval. So still 3 wide here at the front and a row back. Scott Drost is going to end up taking the lead away here on that bottom line. He's getting a good push from Colin Swanson. There's still 3 wide back here in the back, or not in the back, but behind the leaders, so technically the back. There's only 1 winner. You ain't first, you're last, as Ricky Bobby would say. Colin Swanson going to jump up to the high side here and try to get a run around Scott Drost. He does. Colin Swanson takes the lead for the time being here. Colin Swanson, Scott Drost still racing it out up front. Logan Slavosky now right behind Colin Swanson, trying to give him a push. Going 3 wide again here, right behind the leaders. Oh, Colin Swanson, Logan Slavosky, and another one getting up into the wall here. Colin Swanson able to hang on to the lead for the time being. Oh, we got a little contact down low. Logan Slavosky tries to rejoin the track, and he takes out Paul Dirk. And that sends the number 38 for a wild ride. Jack Kelly gets launched. Good little bit of wreck avoidance there from Adam Alama. Jack Kelly drifts back down the track. Alama able to avoid him. That's going to bring out the first caution here tonight. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at this one. Hey, you can see he's already wrecked, so we got to back this one up. Actually, let's go ahead and keep going back here because we see Logan get down below the line. So here's where the wall contact happens with the 3 up front. And as that happens, Logan Slavosky goes way down the track. And as he's trying to get his way back on the track, you can see he just makes contact with that rear bumper. Paul Dirk. Dirk does a great job. Almost saves it, but when he comes back on the track, he takes Jack Kelly for a ride. And then right here, you can see Alama barely slipping past Jack Kelly's car, drifting back down the track. A big wreck here early on. Have to see if they can recover and get back up there. See Paul Dirt, quite a bit of damage on his car as well. He's trying to limp it around to the pits to try to get some repairs made so he can get back out there and try to get back into this thing. Yeah, you can see Paul Dirt just limping it in there without a right front tire. He's keeping pretty good pace down pit road here. Curious if he's going to be able to really turn into his pit stall. And he is. He just needs the left front there. Oh, might be a little too close to the wall. There we go. He's there. He got it fixed up. Now, these things do take a long time in the pits as well, so if they had tires and everything selected, they're going to be in there for just a minute trying to get everything up and running. But luckily, Talladega is a huge track, so they got enough time to sit there and have it all done before we get back around and lap them. So out of all of that, Colin Swanson keeps his spot up front here. So Colin Swanson will have control of the restart. We'll have to see if he picks the inside or outside line so everyone else knows where to line up. And since we have another lap yet to go around here, we step away for our first break and get a word from Sunny Creek Designs.
At Sunny Creek Designs, we're bringing your vision to life. From custom awards to professional apparel and promotional items, we craft excellence into every detail. Find us on Facebook at Sunny Creek Design or email sales@sunnycreekawards.com. Sunny Creek Designs, quality you can see, service you can trust.
Thank you to our friends at Sunny Creek Designs there for that ad break. You can find Sunny Creek Designs on Facebook. Just search Sunny Creek Designs. Let them know what you need. He can make it happen. Also, I have been told they are working on their website and it should be ready in just a few weeks. So that way you won't have to go to Facebook anymore. You can just go right to the internet and look them up. I'll bring back more details on that as soon as I have them. So a little bit of chaos here out early. The chaos out of the way early. Oh, it was just a small wreck. It was only there was 3 involved. But it wasn't the whole field, at least. Few Hobbs said, wish I had those cars. Well, you should have got them, Hobbs. You should have got the 87s. Yo, homies. What's good? What up? Now, I'm going to ask you again. Where's Jeff? Where's Jeff? Where's he at? I can't even see who's racing because Sea Bears. The Sea Bears are here. Jonathan's here. Jordan's here. Colin's here. Logan Slavoski's here. So the Sea Bears are out in full force tonight. Colin's actually leading right now under caution. So Colin, for the Sea Bears, will have control of this restart. Sheetrock and a ceiling? Man, he's got to stop doing things on Tuesdays around 7:30. He's got to know Tuesdays at 7:30 are reserved for me. Okay? Got the 2 Busch Light cars lined up side by side here. Or not side by side, but diagonal from each other. Here they come to the restart zone. Green flag is out. Colin Swanson way out in front. Colin Swanson with a great lead here early. Let's see if they have enough to catch him. I'm sure they will with the drafting help. Scott Drost in that 42. He's catching him pretty quick. He's going to go to the outside. He forces it 3 wide. He drops down in front of Steve Castle. Scott Drost takes the lead away here, but Steve Castle goes to the inside. He's trying to take it away on the inside. Got some contact with the wall back here. Who was it? I can't see who it was. Some of us can multitask, bro. I'm watching the race. I'm building a cement wall. You don't even have to actually watch. You can just listen. Scott Drost out front battling it with Steve Castle. Steve Castle takes the lead down on the bottom line for the time being. Colin Swanson right to his bumper trying to push him forward. He's trying to push Steve Castle out in front as far as he can so he can make a move. Three wide again up here in the front. Jonathan Kibbe takes it 3 wide at the top. Steve Castle gets loose going into the turn. He's going to drop back quite a bit here. Colin Swanson, Scott Drost out front. Here we go, 3 wide again. Chad Ashley forcing it 3 wide with the leaders. Chad Ashley gets out in front. He leads that lap. Chad Ashley, the July driver of the month, showing why they voted him driver of the month. He forces it 3 wide and takes the lead away. And now he's out in front all by himself. He's got Jonathan Kibbe behind him. He's going to go up and block that outside line. But Scott Drost says, nope, not so easy. Here he goes on the outside. He takes the lead away. A little more, almost 3 wide action here behind the leaders. Scott Drost still out front, and he's going to drop down to the bottom line and take the run away from Jonathan Kibbe. Jonathan Kibbe's going to jump to the middle. He's side by side with him. Jonathan Kibbe takes the lead, but Scott Drost on the bottom says, here I go. Scott Drost with some help from Colin Swanson pushing him along. Drost back to the top side. Colin Swanson stays to the bottom. Jonathan Kibbe goes down to the bottom. He's going to try to collect his teammate and go to the front. And Jonathan Kibbe on the bottom line takes the lead away for the time being. Jonathan Kibbe and Scott Drost still trading positions up here in the front. Who's going to have the lead at the stripe? Scott Drost leads the lap with the 5 of Jordan Kibbe right behind him pushing, but Jordan Kibbe now goes to the high line. Oh, Colin Swanson collects his teammate. Jonathan Kibbe goes around, and he collects a few. Quite a few back here getting involved. Oh, man, Paul Dirk, not able to catch a break, gets involved in another one. And Scott Drost will keep the lead for now. Let's back up. See what happened. See where it all went wrong. You could see up there where it started to go wrong. You see Kibbe get loose and then get spun. And that stacks up the field behind him and just arc breaking through it. Few people get involved. Adam Alama seems like he was able to stay out of the most of it. He was able to get stopped without getting a whole ton of damage. So Adam Alama just riding in the back, staying out of it. So far, it seems to be working for him. But Scott Drost says, I'll stay up front and stay out of the chaos that way. So caution number 2 here at Talladega. With these long caution laps. There goes a few guys down pit road. They're going to get their pit strategy out of the way early. Why not? Take it while it's there. So weird, my other monitor just decided to switch inputs on me. That was fun. It's like, nah, you're going to go back to the home screen. So how's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday? It's like a few people still in the pits. Like I said, these are very long pit cycles with these cars. You got Brandon Biddy, Logan Slavoski, Colin Swanson still in the pits. Brandon Costello's still there. Jack Kelly in there as well. Looks like Paul Dirk and Jonathan Kibbe also a lap down out of all that. Yeah, these things are not the most stable in the draft. They take bumps kind of weird. So things get a little crazy with these cars. But I'm sure they're going to figure it all out. And we're going to get a long green stretch coming up. Let's see if they can take it all the way to the stage break right here. Let's do it, chat. Let's challenge them to do it. Can they do it, chat? Can they do it? So as they come across the line this time, Frank turns out the lights. They go double file. And they get ready to go back racing. We'll have to try to get an interview in on the next caution. See if it helps us pass some of the time. They're rolling down the backstretch right now, waiting to go green. NASCAR should go back to the no restrictor plates. This is more fun this way. Taking off my gloves to pop back in. Welcome back. So as they come out of turn number 4, remember they got to go almost to turn number 1 again before they go back green. You're putting too much faith in Kibbles if you think we're going to get another caution before the stage. That's fair. There goes Frank. And here comes the field to the restart zone. And green flag. Back out. Scott Drost doesn't get the jump that we've seen earlier on. He gets a push, though, from Chad Ashley. And that gets him going. And Jordan Kibbe on the outside trying to make something happen. And now he has his teammate Logan Slavoski right behind him. Let's see if they can make anything happen. Also, can we get this show a Claritin sponsorship? Because it's not even that bad today. It's not even that bad today. Like you're losing a battle against these. It's all the time down here. Just allergies nonstop. I thought I was doing pretty good today, though. Thanks for reminding me that I'm not. Appreciate it. Now back to racing. Chad Ashley. Up front here, front in the pack. Drove someone up into the wall. Who was that? Was that Logan Slavoski? Grabbing the wall there just slightly. Chad Ashley holding on to the lead for right now, but Scott Drost on his outside trying to do something. Sniffle City up in here? No. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound correct at all. Now you're going to make me conscious of it. Thanks a lot. Here comes Jordan Kibbe to the outside. He's got someone behind him to push him. He's got Scott Drost there. Let's see if they can link up and get there. Jordan Kibbe, for the time being, has a nose out in front. Let's see if he can get clear of him. Oh, Scott Drost up, grabs the wall just a bit. Jonathan Kibbe up there, but he's a lap down. So he's got to get back out in front of everybody just to get unlapped. Then he's got to go around and do it again. But at least if he's out front and a caution comes out, he gets his lap back immediately. Here they go, 3 wide. Scott Drost up the middle. Scott Drost in the middle, 3 wide, takes the lead away. Be cool to see Logan win this one, would it? Would it be cool to see that? Chad Ashley and Scott Drost battling it out up front. Or get another call and win. Another couple guys grabbing the wall back here. Scott Drost, Chad Ashley, side by side up front. Chad Ashley has the advantage for the time being. Kibbe boys, make it happen. Now, we need a Kibbe 1-2 while I'm calling a race. They love to do it when I'm not here. Chad Ashley getting a push, though, from the lap car of Jonathan Kibbe. But Scott Drost gets a run on the outside, kind of dies away a little bit. Drost trying to use the side draft, any of it that he can. Oh, Colin Swanson hard up into the wall. And Jonathan Kibbe trying to get out front to get his lap back. Jonathan Kibbe, for right now, is unlapped, but he goes right back down a lap as Chad Ashley gets back out in front of him. And now Jonathan Kibbe's all alone on that top line. No one's there with him. As we got another pack forming back here. Adam Alama trying to make something happen back here. Colin Swanson back here as well after taking that hard hit to the wall. Logan Slavoski back here as well. Way back in the back. Chad Ashley and Scott Drost back to battling up front. Ashley getting a push from Paul Dirk. It's going to push him a little bit more out into the lead. He's going to go up and take the run away from Scott Drost. Paul Dirk trying to get his lap back as well. Oh, we're 3 wide again at the front, and Scott Drost is going to come away with this one. And they're staying 3 wide. Scott Drost, Chad Ashley touching doors here. As Paul Dirk stays to the inside here, trying to get unlapped all by himself. There's Chad Ashley back down to the bottom. And now Brandon Biddy was 3 wide there for a moment. He backs out of it. Chad Ashley all alone up front. He's got a lap car behind him to separate him. But Paul Dirk now goes to the outside. Paul Dirk's trying to be up there for if the caution comes out, he can have his lap back. Chad Ashley seems to be using the lap car to his advantage. Oh, a little bit of a wobble there, and that allows Scott Drost to come back to the front. Scott Drost driving away with it. Oh, and there's a caution. Colin Swanson. And someone else, Steve Castle. No. Who was the other one involved there? Jack Kelly, maybe? Yep, Jack Kelly and Colin Swanson seem to be involved in that one. Oh, man. He is already up off his wheels here. So we got to get to Colin Swanson to see the full story, it looks like. So Swanson coming out of the turn, just going to smack the wall. He gets loose. He's trying to save it. He gets sideways. He hits the wall pretty hard. Almost does a tumble, but keeps it on all of his wheels. And then Jack Kelly comes flying through, also hitting the wall. And that puts us back under caution here at Talladega. So what better time than to go ahead and get another word in from Sunny Creek.
At Sunny Creek Designs, we're bringing your vision to life. From custom awards to professional apparel and promotional items, we craft excellence into every detail. Find us on Facebook at Sunny Creek Design or email sales@sunnycreekawards.com. Sunny Creek Designs, quality you can see, service you can trust.
Thank you to Sunny Creek Designs. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook. Scott Drost did still have the lead, but he's going to go ahead. He's going to come down pit road here. He's going to be followed by Chad Ashley. And that's going to put Brandon Biddy back up front for the first time since the start of this race. Now let's see if he can keep himself up there. I believe Paul Dirk should get the lucky dog. Yep, there he goes. Paul Dirk with the lucky dog. So he'll get waved around Frank, and he will rejoin the back of the field here. But he will be on the lead lap. So it'll be Brandon Biddy and Steve Castle on that front row here to start back up. These 87s are fun cars, man, but man, are they tough to drive. Oh man, that puts Adam Alama all the way up into 3rd place. So he's going to be up there for this restart. Let's see how he handles the pressure of running up front here, as he'll be starting on the inside of row number 2. Oh, nope. And just when I say that, Alama asks for an EOL, and he's going to go back to the tail end of the field. Adam, if you can hear me, buddy, You got to do it eventually. You got to run up front. If you don't run up front, you're never going to be comfortable up front. So when it comes to you, you just got to take it. Run with it. I don't even know if he can hear me. I don't know if he has this on in the background, but if you do, Adam, just take it, buddy. Run up front. Even if he's not listening right now, he might watch later, and then he'll hear it. So here we go. Pace lights should go out this time by, and there goes the lights. And here we go, double file. They'll follow Frank around one more time, and then we'll go back green flag racing. How's that sound, chat? I hope it sounds good because this is what's happening. I can hear. Good. Take my advice, Adam. When you get the chance to run up front, you do it. I want to see Adam get a win. I'm going to go crazy the day that it happens. It'll be the greatest win call you've ever heard. Here we go into turns number 3 and 4. To get ready to go back green flag racing, waiting for Frank to take his turn down pit road. Scared is an understatement. No, buddy, you can't do it. You can't be scared. You just have to go for it. Like, just stay in front of that car in front of you. You don't even have to bump them. Bump drafting's really... we're green flag back at Talladega. Had to switch up pretty quick there. Brandon Biddy with a great jump. He's all by himself out front. He's got Steve Castle behind him. A line forming on the outside trying to chase him down. Scott Drost and Logan Slavosky on the outside line. Steve Castle, Chad Ashley on the inside line trying to chase down Brandon Biddy. Scott Drost takes the lead away on the outside with the help from Logan Slavosky. And Scott Drost way out front now. Slavosky going to jump to the outside here to try to get around him. He's around him for the time being. Who's going to have a nose out in front here at the line? Logan Slavosky leads the lap. Brandon Biddy going to jump up to the high side. He's going to go back to the inside line. He doesn't know where he wants to be. Scott Drost making it work on the bottom. He is keeping the lead. Couple guys grabbing the wall again. Brandon Biddy jumps up to the outside line, threads the needle to get through there. He takes the lead away for just a second. Oh, and they're around Chad Ashley real hard into the wall and gets ramped over another car. We are back under caution here at Talladega. Back up. Take a look. See where it all started. So Slavosky looks like he had to check up a little bit to not run through Biddy. And that got him loose, and then Ashley not able to check up in time. That gets him loose, and then he goes for a ride. So a little bit of unexpected checkups. And with that, we go back under caution here at Talladega. We now have 3 cars out of this race as of right now. Colin Swanson, Jack Kelly, and Noah Morris all out for the rest of this race. And now, back to what I was saying, the last caution. Yeah, Adam, if you get the chance to be up front, buddy, you got to do it. You got to get used to it or else you'll never be used to it. Especially at these drafting tracks, man, just get right behind the car in front of you. You don't got to be right up on them unless you're pushing for the lead. Then you're going to want to start bump drafting to get them pushed out so you can make a move. But yeah, just stay right behind them. Leave a little bit of a gap. You just kind of feather the throttle a little bit to stay right there. You'll be just fine, man. How did I save that? I didn't even see you save that one. I didn't even know you had a save on that one. Let's take a look. Alma says he had a save here. Bit of wreck avoidance. So now Jonathan Kibbe will get his lap back with the lucky dog here. So he'll go around and join the tail end of the line. Now looks like Paul Dirk, again, unable to catch a break. Looks like he is in the pits again. I think he got caught up in that last wreck a little bit as well. Steve Castle, a little bit of damage to that front end. We'll have to see how that plays with the aero. So Scott Drost will have to survive another restart here. Yeah, when you're in the car, it's always going to look like you're a lot closer. Yeah, the perspective. It's definitely a lot different from seeing it outside the car to when you're actually in it. Don't worry, I've done it too. I'm like, man, how did I get through that gap? And then I go back and watch the replay. I'm like, oh man, could have drove 3 cars through there. So the lights will go out on the pace truck this time. We'll go around one more time and go back green flag. Also want to apologize for going a little silent on some of these cautions. I've been dealing with neck and shoulder pain, so I've been trying to kind of stretch it out while I got a minute. So it happens when you start getting old. You hit 30 and then everything goes downhill. You sleep wrong one time, you got a week's worth of pain. All right, we're in turns 3 and 4 now. So we're almost back to green flag. Here we go. Frank's going to turn left. And then everyone else gets to go back to turning left here in just a second. Scott Drost driving that Cadillac, or not, driving that Buick. He's been out front for a lot of this race. Green flag is back out at Talladega. Scott Drost with a great jump here off the restart. He's got Steve Castle now dropping down to the bottom line behind him. And Brett Bray and that 82 Monster trying to make something happen on the outside line. Brandon Biddy making his way back up here as well. Logan Slavoski's there. Brett Bray out in front for the time being. Him and Scott Drost are going to be trading positions back and forth here as we come across the line. And we'll have 9 to go in the stage this time by. Scott Drost making it work out in front. Even when he slips up just a little bit and gives the lead away, he gets it right back. And here comes Brett Bray on the outside. He's got Logan Slavoski behind him, pushing him. Let's take a look here. So what kind of speeds they're hitting now that they're in the draft. 211 through the tri-oval. They're 3 wide again here at the front. And Logan Slavoski's going to lead that lap now with 8 to go. Take a look at Brandon Biddy's telemetry here. Coming down the backstretch. Oh, there goes, I think that was Jonathan Kibbe coming across the field. There goes Brandon Biddy, 217 on the backstretch. Great aerial shot here. Shows the top 4 up front. Scott Drost going to take the lead back for the time being. Scott Drost, Logan Slavoski trading back and forth now. Slavoski on the high line, Drost on the bottom. And Slavoski grabs the wall just a bit there, and that allows Scott Drost to get to the front again all by himself. But here comes Brandon Biddy on the low line. Scott Drost going to drop down there, though, and ruin any momentum he may have had. Good shot here as it shows the gap that Scott Drost is forming here out front. With 6 to go, it's all Scott Drost out front, but here comes Brandon Biddy back on the inside line. Slavoski to the high line now. He's got Jordan Kibbe behind him, trying to give him a push. He's trying to get back to him to push him up there. Brandon Biddy goes to the low line, makes it 3 wide. And Brandon Biddy gets by him, but Logan Slavoski's out front. Jordan Kibbe's in the wall. Slavoski trying to defend the lead from Drost, but Drost takes it right back. And here we go now, 5 to go in the stage, and Slavoski barely gets by him there just at the stripe to lead the lap. Slavoski now out in front. Now he's the one that has to make people try to make a decision to try to pass him. And Scott Drost makes the decision here very quickly. He goes to the bottom. He gets right by him. Scott Drost out here making it look easy in these 87s. Brandon Biddy and Logan Slavoski now trying to fight it out behind him, trying to do something to catch him. Biddy gets a little wobbly down there on the apron. He's keeping it together. Slavoski dragging the wall just a bit. I think Brandon Biddy needs a little bit more help on that bottom line if he's going to make it work. Because right now it's all Scott Drost out front. Biddy and Slavoski still fighting it out behind Scott Drost. 3 to go now in the stage. Drost goes back up top to block Slavoski. Biddy comes up trying to grab the side draft. Scott Drost, though, not having none of it. He's staying out front. Slavoski trying to figure out what he's got to do to get around him. Two to go in the stage this time by. And it's been all Scott Drost, Logan Slavoski, and Brandon Biddy here fighting it out. There they go, 3 wide. Scott Drost in the middle, Logan Slavoski with the lead up high, but Brandon Biddy down on the bottom line trying to take it away. Scott Drost gets loose. And that's going to allow Brandon Biddy to get to the front. Brandon Biddy with 2 to go is out front here. He's got Jordan Kibbe right behind him. These damn Kibbies, I get them mixed up. Jordan Kibbe trying to find a way to get around Brandon Biddy. Jordan Kibbe's around him. He leads the lap. Last lap of the stage here. And now they're all grouped back up again. Oh, and Kibbe hard into the wall. And that gives Brandon Biddy the lead. Coming down the backstretch, Scott Drost trying to get to him. Drost being pushed by Slavoski. And there goes Drost back to the lead. We're going to have a drag race to the finish here. Oh, Brandon Biddy gets loose. He goes way down to the bottom. Here comes Scott Drost with Logan Slavoski behind him. Can Slavoski make a move? He cannot. That's going to bring out the stage. Caution. Scott Drost wins the stage here at Talladega. Now they got 40 more to do. Hard battle there right to the end of the stage. Unfortunate for Jordan Kibbe. And with this stage break, step away just a second, yet again, hear from our friends at Sunny Creek.
At Sunny Creek Designs, we're bringing your vision to life. From custom awards to professional apparel and promotional items, we craft excellence into every detail. Find us on Facebook at Sunny Creek Design or email sales@sunnycreekawards.com. Sunny Creek Designs. Quality you can see, service you can trust.
All right. All right, back live here at Talladega as we get through these stage caution laps. Right now, currently 6 cars still on the lead lap. Looks like a couple drivers here are going to get waved around the pace car, get a few more back on the lead lap here to make things interesting. And here come the leaders down pit road. Chad Ashley going to be the only one that stays out. And so Chad Ashley stays out to get his lap back. That should put, looks like everybody but Jonathan Kibbe back on the lead lap. Paul Dirk still 10 laps down as well. Scott Drost wins the race off of pit road. That'll put him back out in front here for this restart. It'll be Scott Drost, Brandon Biddy, and Steve Castle starting in the top 3 here for this restart. As he's trying to get around the track, trying to catch back up to Frank. These long Talladega pace laps, man, these really make me miss having Kyle. He needs to hurry up and get done with racing season so he can come back and do this racing season. Your top 3 caught back up to Frank here. Everyone's starting to fill in behind him. See Adam Alama currently going to be starting 4th. Let's see if he sticks with it. Let's see if he goes for the start up front. He would be in row number 2, on the outside of row number 2. And here we go, double filing back up. We got to get the rest of the field to catch up here. They make the long drive down the backstretch. Getting ready to go back green. There's the rest of the field. They made it. So it looks like Jordan Kibbe still 2 laps down. Paul Dirk going to be 9 laps down. Everyone else back to the lead lap. And now Frank gets to go back to his home down pit lane here and wait for the next time he's needed. Scott Drost is going to be a pro at these restarts here by the end of this one. He's been up front for almost just about all of them. And here we go. Green flag is back out. Talladega, Drost with a good start here. Brandon Biddy gets clear of Steve Castle. He does not drop. There he goes. He's dropping down to the bottom line now. Logan Slavoski going to drop down now to the bottom line. He's got a big run. He's got a big run. He's going to the front. Brandon Biddy also going to drop down to the bottom line. Logan Slavoski is going to take the lead away from Scott Drost here. But Scott Drost trying to take it right back. And for right now, Logan Slavoski is going to lead that lap, but Scott Drost is right there to take it from him right after the stripe. Brandon Biddy now down below, down behind Logan Slavoski, trying to push him out in front. Drost getting a push from Kibbe. Kibbe was pushing him. He forced it 3 wide now. And that puts Drost up in the fence. Fortunately for Drost, he's going to lose a lot of position here, but if he keeps driving the way he's been driving, he'll be back to the front in no time. Logan Slavoski out in front, but Brandon Biddy takes it from him here going into turn number 1. Slavoski and Biddy battling it out up front. Jordan Kibbe right behind Slavoski here trying to make it happen. A couple guys grab the wall up high. Oh, and Slavoski's loose. And he's going for a ride. He sends a couple others for a ride as well. A little bit of carnage out on the track. Brandon Costello looks like his... Yep, he got the meatball flag. He had to tow back. The car was not drivable. See if we can go back and see what happened. So there's the wreck starting all the way in front. So it started with a few guys grabbing the wall. And Costello trying to avoid. He gets a little bit of a bump from behind. And you see Alamo almost go airborne there. And Costello hits the wall hard on the inside. Let's back this up now. As we saw Alamo go airborne for just a moment. So you can see from his point of view, he sees it, and then it all just goes wrong in a hurry. I want to get an onboard of that one. Let's grab an onboard view here of this one. You can see the back end. He's looking straight at the ground. So quite a ride for that one. And look, it's just stone-faced. He's like, ah, it's all good. Now here comes everybody down pit road. Everybody coming down, getting tires, getting gas, getting repairs, getting whatever they need. I think we could classify that one as the big one here at Talladega, because that took out quite a few. Like to see who can recover from that one and be able to keep going. All right. Getting through these pace laps here at Talladega. I think that was Paul Dirk getting some of his laps back. He went by so quick I couldn't see who it was. So we'll have about 29, 30 laps left when we go back green here. They should double file back up. Pace lights should go out after this go around. Brandon Biddy, Steve Castle, Scott Drost, Chad Ashley. Your 4 up front. I'm sorry, Brett Bray. Your 4 up front. Let's see if the rest of the field is going to be able to catch back up to him here to get going. Because we're going green this time by... What is the pace speed here? Okay, 70. About 70 is the pace speed. So it looks like Alama in 7th place is going to be the last one left on the lead lap. So 7 cars left on the lead lap. And we'll have 30 laps to go at the line when we go green. We come out of turn number 4. Here they come. Getting ready to get into the restart zone to go back green. And green flag back out here at Talladega. 31 to go. I'm sorry, my math was just a little bit off. There it goes. Now it went down 30 to go. I was right. I don't want to hear it. Brandon Biddy with a great jump here. But here comes that purple and white car of Scott Drost. Charging back to the front. And Scott Drost going to take the lead back. Like I said earlier, man, he's just making it look easy out there. Seems like he can get to the lead no matter when he wants to. So Scott Drost out front, Brandon Biddy right behind him, trying to chase him down. He's going to go to the bottom line. He's going to try to make something happen down there. And he's right in a position where Scott Drost can't cut him off to stop his momentum. So Brandon Biddy's going to take the lead for the time being. Him and Scott Drost are going to be battling side by side. And Scott Drost going to take the lead back. Just like that, he's back out in front. Scott Drost has these 87s dialed in for him here, as he's just driving the wheels off. But Brandon Biddy not making it easy on him this time. He took the lead back here, and him and Drost going to be swapping those positions back and forth up front. We're going to see a lot of just back and forth between these two here for these next 28 laps. Let's see if anyone else gets up there and tries the challenge Brandon Biddy and Scott Drost for the lead. Brandon Biddy here getting a good push from Jonathan Kibbe. Scott Drost and Brandon Biddy, though, still just battling side by side. Buick and Ford going at it with a Chevy trying to poke its nose in there. And Brett Bray up on the high line was going to try to send it 3 wide, but he got cut off there and couldn't do it. And Brandon Biddy takes that advantage from Scott Drost, trying to take the advantage away from Brett Bray. Brandon Biddy takes it and goes to the front. He's got Jonathan Kibbe behind him, still pushing him. But Scott Drost has Steve Castle on the high line, pushing him around. The boss man, the 42, may get himself less heckling and a free coffee tomorrow. Hey, man, he's definitely earned the free coffee here, because no matter when or how he wants to, he takes the lead back like it's nothing. He is way back out in front now. Right now, he's just walking away with this thing out front. We got 26 to go here at Talladega, and that's a great shot here from our blimp view, just the gap that he has on this field. These guys got to try to group up and get back together and try to chase him down. Here comes Jonathan Kibbe. Jonathan Kibbe's going to get right to the bumper now, and he's trying to challenge him. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to get right up alongside of him here. He's got his teammate Slavosky right behind him, pushing him. He's pushing him right out in front. Jonathan Kibbe leads the lap here at Talladega. And now Kibbe going to drop to the bottom line. He's going to leave his teammate out to dry up high. Kibbe says, "Thanks, buddy. I'll take it from here." Oh, Scott Drost. Oh, Kibbe getting loose. He's trying to save it. A little too much braking. He gets sideways. He does save it, though, and he's trying to get back on the track. He is going to get back on the track, but he's going to be all by himself, unfortunately, and look who it is back out front. Scott Drost takes full advantage, and there he goes again. Brandon Biddy now to his bumper. He's going to stay low here through the tri-oval. He's going to try to take advantage and try to get him on the low side. Scott Drost says, "Nuh-uh. I'll take the inside back. Thank you very much." Scott Drost now trying to hold off Slovoski here on the top line, but he's got Brandon Biddy on the bottom line making a run for it. And there goes Brandon Biddy on the inside line. He doesn't get by him just yet, but he is right there. He gets his nose out in front. Something tells me this is going to come down to a drag race here once the white flag flies. Scott Drost hanging on to it for the time being. Adam Alama holding it together back here in 6th place. He's making a run. Look for him. I'm telling you right now, look for Adam Alama to make a run at this thing late. Watch him skate himself right up to the front here and take this win. I'm betting on it. Some of these guys got to try to get in the line here and just try to do something. They got to work together to try to get around Scott Drost. Because if you're leaving this just one-on-one trying to go up against them, I don't think it's going to go good. And Slovoski gets on him a little bit there, gets him loose, and then Brandon Biddy's going to get to his bumper as well, and that sends him around. And we are back under caution here at Talladega. Take a look at this one. Let's see what happened. Let's back up a little bit. So right here you can see Slovoski gives him a little bit of an uneven shove. That gets him loose. Let's back up again. Let's talk through this. Going a little bit of slow-mo here. So you see Slovoski does not get a very square push. That gets his car upset and Scott Drost's car upset. Drost able to save it, but as he saves it, he comes down right in front of Brandon Biddy. I think Biddy gives him just a little bit of a tap. That gets him upset again, and then that gives Biddy nowhere to go. Tags the quarter panel, comes up. Tags Slovoski. Slovoski takes a ride to the wall. Brandon Biddy loses his bumper. And look who I said, Adam Alama in that 409. He was able to avoid that, and that's going to put him right up where he needs to be once this thing gets going again. So Brandon Biddy seems to be able to avoid most of the damage. He does have a little bit of a crunched in front end there. But that's going to put Brandon Biddy back to the front. He's going to have Steve Castle behind him as Jordan Kibbe is still a lap down. And with that last wreck, we now have 6 cars out of this race. Logan Slovoski now out. Paul Dirk out. Chad Ashley out. Colin Swanson out. Jack Kelly out. And Noah Morris out of this race. And look at this. Through all of that, we get Adam Alama gonna be in control of this restart. As Jordan Kibbe awaits his wave around for the lucky dog. There he goes. He's going to take it now. And Adam Alama out in front. Adam, just keep it steady, buddy. You're in control of this restart in that restart zone. So whenever you're in that zone, you just feel free to hit the pedal whenever you want. You take this lead. We're going to have about 20 to go when we go green. You got to hang on for 20 laps, Adam. You just stay out in front. You let them guys fight it out behind you, and it'll take care of itself. So it'll be Adam Alama, Steve Castle, and Brandon Biddy starting in the top 3. Adam Alama, Steve Castle, Brandon Vitti, Jonathan Kibbe, and Jordan Kibbe starting in the top 5. And a very, very tough break for Scott Drost, as he was leading almost all of this race, is now still in down in pit lane here trying to get fixed up. I'm thinking he had to tow. As you can see, the car's still a little broken there. Nah. I know it's a little weird that I just said that watch Adam Alama skate by and take this race, but I promise I have nothing to do with it. Sometimes you just get that gut feeling, you got to run with it. So here they go, getting double file back up. Well, damn it. Yeah, Ryan, you can't mess with the boss man too much about that one. He caught a bad break there. He caught a pretty bad break on that one. He was driving his ass off this whole race. And it looks like Alamo, with the cleanest car out there too, might have the best advantage here with the aero and everything else. Adam, if you're listening, buddy, just hang on. For 20 laps, just hang on. And Kibbe, I know you're listening. Kibbe, push Adam to the win. He still gets. All right, good. I'm glad to hear he still gets his coffee. Looks like Drost is out of the pits. He is 1 lap down. If we get another caution, he'll be able to get that lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. Frank is off. Here we go. Coming to the restart. And the green flag is back out here. Adam, you got to get going, buddy. You got to run. You got everyone behind you to push you. Just get going. 18 to go here at Talladega. Alama out front. Let's see if he can lead the lap. Brandon Biddy jumps up to the outside. Jonathan Kibbe goes right to the inside here. He gets up alongside of him. And Scott Drost threads the needle. He gets back out in front, so he gets his lap back. Oh, net code there between Alama and Biddy. Got both of the cars loose. You saw it from the blimp cam. Unfortunate net code there for Biddy and Alama. And that's going to bring the caution out. And that should get Drost his lap back. It does, as he was out in front when the caution came out. I need to go back. Either I'm seeing things or that was some net code. Let's go back here. Because it was from a little bit of a far angle. So let's see how bad that net code actually was. Alamo comes up the track. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. So, yeah, from the far angle, it just looked like some netcode got Biddy loose there. But Alama trying to stay off the bottom line. Just comes up and tags Brandon Biddy. And that puts him up into the wall. From that blimp cam, man, it looked like some netcode, but after further review, it was not netcode. And man, no one on this track is more happy than that man right there for that caution. That man, Scott Drost, able to now get back on the lead lap. And he's going to be able to fight for this race. Now Jonathan Kibbe will have control of the restart. We going to get another Kibbe win? Or is Steve Castle going to take it from him? Or is the man that's been dominating this race, Scott Drost, going to take it from him? That's where my money's going. So we should have about 13 laps or so left when we go back green. Should be shaping up for an exciting finish here. Let's see if they can keep it calm enough until the last lap. Biddy, if you're listening, Adam says sorry. My nerves are shot. Let's go. Yeah, like I said, Scott Drost there was probably the happiest guy on the track when that caution came out. You said you're going to buy your boss a coffee. Well, tell your boss he owes Adam a beer for bringing the caution out and getting him back on the lead lap here. Oh man, we're going to have the two Busch Light cars starting up front, are we? Brandon Costello, Jonathan Kibbe, Busch Light and Busch Light and Busch Light right behind them. There's Busch Light all over the track. Oh, nope. Costello going to drop back. If they battle it out, they both get a beer or 12. Adam, I'm still not counting you out of this race. Remember, when the white flag flies, there are no more cautions. So if something happens in front of you and you can get around it, you take it. You don't lift. It still battles the battle of the Busch Lights up front. Jonathan Kibbe, Steve Castle on the front row here for this restart. Jordan Kibbe going to be starting right behind his brother here. Let's see if he can give him the push he needs to get out in front. Here we come for what is hopefully the last restart of the night. Should make for an exciting finish. Green flag back out. Jonathan Kibbe gets the jump he needs. He's got his brother right behind him trying to give him a push. Steve Castle threads the needle to get down on that bottom line so he doesn't lose the draft. And now Jordan Kibbe goes up to the outside line here, trying to battle Jonathan Kibbe. And here comes Scott Drost. Drost going to push it 3 wide. He doesn't have the momentum or the help yet. But he's going to be able to get down in front of Brandon Biddy. And he's going to use that momentum to jump back up to the high side here. He's trying to get to Jonathan Kibbe, trying to take the lead away. 13 to go here at Talladega. Jonathan Kibbe still out front. Drost on the high line here. Drost trying to use Jordan Kibbe to get a push. Steve Castle now on the inside here. He's going to be behind Jonathan Kibbe trying to give him a push. Can Jonathan Kibbe hang on here for another 12 laps? Scott Drost is making short work of it. He's right back up there. He's now 3 wide. Jordan Kibbe trying to make something happen. He just could not find the momentum. Now Scott Drost trying to use the side draft as much as he can here. He jumps up back to the high line here now to try to get a push from Kibbe. Drost and Jonathan Kibbe battling it out on the front line. Jonathan able to hold just enough. But Drost using that side draft to his advantage, and that's going to get him back out in front here. Scott Drost back to the lead. And he's going to drop down now to the bottom line. But here comes Jordan Kibbe. Like he was shot out of a cannon. Just jumps right up to the front. He's got Brandon Biddy behind him, but Scott Drost takes it right back. And now here comes Jonathan back to the front here on the bottom line. He's got Brandon Biddy behind him, pushing him. He's giving him a good shove, getting going. Drost gets these runs to get back out in front, but he does not have the help to stay out there. The side draft helps him to get back up there. But then when he needs to make a move, he just doesn't have the help he needs. Brandon Biddy to the bumper of Jonathan Kibbe, trying to push him out there. Biddy knows he needs to get clear of him as well so that he can try to get around Kibbe. Brandon Biddy still behind him, still not clear to try to jump up to that high line to make something happen. Coming down to 9 to go this time by. 9 to go. And it is still anyone's race here that's still in it. We got 7 left, and Scott Drost slingshots out around Jonathan Kibbe and drops right down in front of him here to take the lead. But maybe that's what Jonathan Kibbe wanted, is he's able to use him to get back out in front now, and he's got Brandon Biddy behind him pushing. Sometimes you got to be out in front when it matters most. Sometimes you can get there a little too early and give someone else help. Again, you can see Drost. He just gets so close to that inside line, using as much side draft as he can. He's now right back there in the top 3. Battling side by side. He has no one behind him to help him, though, and that is where you see it the most, is right here on these straightaways. How the bottom line is just able to just kind of roll right by him, as he has no one behind him to help push. Brandon Biddy still cannot get clear of him, though, to be able to jump up to that outside line to make something happen here with Jonathan Kibbe. Scott Drost way out wide here, and now he has Jordan Kibbe behind him. Maybe a little bit of help coming for him. These last few laps, though, it's been all Jonathan Kibbe. Can he hang on for 7 more laps? Scott Drost way up high there. As you can see, no one behind him, so he just doesn't have anybody to get that momentum from. And now going to lose a few spots here. He maybe thought about trying to tuck in behind Steve Castle there. Brandon Biddy not trying to overtake Jonathan Kibbe just yet, though. Still trying to work together. Waiting for the right time. Jonathan Kibbe and Brandon Biddy starting to put a gap to the rest of the field here. I don't think Brandon Biddy is going to be much patient for much longer. Sooner or later, he's going to have to try to make a move to get around Kibbe. Well, he thought about it there, and he came right back down behind him. He's going to give him a shove there. Oh, that pushes him to the bottom of the track. Brandon Biddy goes right around him, and that gets Scott Drost right back up there as well. Brandon Biddy to the front. Scott Drost now right behind him. We're setting up for a good little drag race coming up here as we're about to be 4 to go. Scott Drost going to go to the outside. They're side by side. Biddy has the help behind him. Scott Drost doesn't, but Scott Drost says, I don't need it. Here we go. Now we're 2 by 2 right here for the top 4. Brandon Biddy. Oh, and Scott Drost goes hard to the outside wall. And that takes a lot of momentum. He shoots back across the track. That's going to take out Alama and Jonathan Kibbe. And here comes Scott Drost sliding in. And Brandon Biddy now out in front with Steve Castle and Jordan Kibbe behind him. So we have a 3-car battle here for the win with 3 to go. Oh, and I thought they were gonna go 3 wide for it there. With only 3 cars left going 3 wide. That would have been a fun finish. Oh, and Steve Castle gets loose. He saves it. He saves it, but is it enough for him to be able to keep the draft? Is he going to be able to stay in this thing? Right now it's Brandon Biddy and Jordan Kibbe. Jordan Kibbe losing a little bit of momentum now. Right now, coming down to 2 to go, it is all Brandon Biddy and Jordan Kibbe. Who's going to get the final slingshot here to win it? Right now, they're side-by-side racing. Jordan Kibbe out in front by a nose. Brandon Biddy takes it back by a nose. With only 2 cars, it's definitely going to end up as a drag race if Jordan Kibbe can get back to him here. Steve Castle also trying to close that gap. He's running out of time to do it. Brandon Biddy and Jordan Kibbe. Oh, and Kibbe with the white flag waving is going to go to the inside. Jordan Kibbe and Brandon Biddy racing side by side here. Who wants it more? Who's going to have the little bit of momentum they need? Here they come out of turn number 4. For the final time, Brandon Biddy, Jordan Kibbe, still side by side. Who's going to have a nose out in front? Jordan Kibbe's got it for the moment. Jordan Kibbe. Jordan Kibbe wins it at Talladega by a bumper. Oh, don't worry. We're going to go back and look at it. Don't you worry. We're going to go back and look at it. Let's take a look. So here they come to the line. I'm probably going to have to try to find a better camera angle. And oh, almost the whole front half of the car. That's still about as close as you can get it. Just going to take a screenshot of that one for these guys. For the wild finish. We've seen closer, but that was for the win. And that was a fun one. And Jordan Kibbe out here, burning it down. Take a look at your final podium here. Jordan Kibbe getting it done at Talladega. Brandon Biddy just barely behind him for second. And Steve Castle grabbing third here. Let's see who we got for these interviews. Let's start with Steve Castle. If we can find him. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Hey, I thought it was going to be a 3-wide finish with you guys there, and then it looked like you just got a little loose. What happened there to get you out of the draft?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I got loose when I tried to pass Betty. I got loose out of there, and I don't understand what happened after that. So I just couldn't catch some guys. And when they split up, I mean, when they were drafting each other, I was catching them. But when they split up, that was over for me. I just had to hold on and grab third place.
I got you. Hey, out of this one, though, not too bad. There was a little bit of chaos throughout the race. You were able to avoid it for the most part to be able to finish up here towards the front.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid all that. I mean, I got caught up on a few of it, but I mean, there was a couple of times that mean, at the beginning of the race, I got loose, or I think somebody bumped me in the back and got me sideways in the corner, and I was just trying to hang on. And I tried, I saved a bunch of them. I don't know how many times I saved it, but I watched the replay and see how that went. But felt like a great race, man. I had a great time.
That's always good to hear. Yeah, I did notice there were a couple of these cars seem like they don't like to be pushed anyways. And then if it's not a square push, it definitely upsets the car. I've seen a couple of those here tonight, guys trying to push someone forward, and it just kind of upsets the car, and then chaos ensues after that.
Yep. That's how it goes with these 87s.
I got you, man. Hey, congrats here, though. I think is this back-to-back podiums for you? I feel like I talked to you last week too, didn't
I? That I don't know.
I got you. I know I talked to one of you Melon Man guys last week.
Yeah, it might have been me. I don't know. I mean, maybe it might have been me. I don't know. You have to look back and see. I can't. I'm 59 years old, and my memory just doesn't work like it used to.
I got you, buddy. Well, it's all good, and congrats on third place here tonight. You got any shout-outs you want to give before we get you going?
Bandit Designs on my awesome paint scheme. The Melon Man Mafia scheme. Biddy for doing what he does. And the Kibbe brothers. I was in a Kibbe sandwich there on the last restart, but we saw that ended. I got third.
I got you, buddy. All right. Well,
And there's some more sports, for the engine package. But other than that, I'm good.
I got you, buddy. Again, congrats on the podium here tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Yep. See you next week. Thank you.
Yep. Biddy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. You and Kibby there.
Yeah.
That was about as close as it could be.
Yeah, I thought I would go high. I'd let him have the low line because the car was just way loose right there on the last 2 or 3 laps. It was just way too loose. I was like, if I go low, wide open, I'll have to lift if I go low, but I can stay high, go wide open. I thought I'd get a run on him, and then it just started getting loose. And then I'm thinking, well, we got 1 race left. I'm in the points lead. I've got to think smart here, not take us both out and end up losing spots. So I think we came over to a chat and said the best man will win. And I knew though coming off 4, I wasn't getting the run I needed, and I was like, yeah, he's got me.
Hey, I think if that finish line was about 2 feet further, you might have had him.
Yeah, I might have, but you know what they say about mights.
Yeah.
It stayed on the broadcast, but yeah, overall good run. We got 1 race left in the series, and then we'll take 2 weeks there of just doing recruitment races for the O'Reillys, and we'll kick off that O'Reilly series here in about a month.
All right, man. I know we're looking forward to it. All in all, great race here tonight, man. These things are wild in the draft. They're wild anyways, but you put them in a draft and they're just all over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know there's one time a lot of guys weren't lifting, so I would lift, and every time I'd lift, I'd just get ran over. But yeah, they're wild because the guy can get way out ahead of you, and then you can catch him, like it's nothing. But yeah, I had a spot there. I went most of the race without using any of my fast repairs, and then like the last two or 3 cautions, I had to use them all back to back.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was worried there at the end too. I was like, I just don't want to wreck. But yeah, all in all, good run, and we'll just hopefully maintain that points lead and take on this championship next week.
Sounds good, man. Any final shout outs here tonight?
Oh yeah, everybody in the league, you up there in the booth, and my family, and yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, hey, congrats on the podium, and we look forward to seeing you bring home the championship next week if you can put another strong race together.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you, man.
All right, now our race winner, Little Kibby. How we doing?
What's going on?
You sound way too calm for just winning a race.
Adrenaline's gone down. But we're good. I didn't expect to be talking to you, for being honest.
That was about as close of a finish as you can get for the lead. And I know you were caught up in a few things, but hey, you're back up here when it mattered. That's all that matters, right?
That's the only lap that's important is the last one,
Exactly. So,
unless there were stage points.
I thought for a minute when it was just you, Biddy, and Castle, I thought you guys were going to go 3 wide for the whole last lap, but fortunately Steve got a little loose and wasn't able to catch back up to the draft. But you and Biddy put on a pretty good drag race there at the end. How'd that feel?
I was good, and as we were coming to the white flag, I just said to him over the radio, I was like, let the best man win. And, you know, if he won, as long as it's clean, it's just fair game at that point. We side by side the whole way around, and he could have had the run, but it just didn't work out that way, and I just beat him by, you know, a quarter of a car length. So fortunately got the points. Should be good in last. I think next week is the last week, so it should be a good finish regardless on who takes the win.
It should be a lot of fun. You guys are in the O'Reilly car next week, right?
I believe so, at Daytona. Big one.
So, little preview of what's to come for the start of the O'Reilly season.
Should be a good one. O'Reilly cars are they're interesting. They don't take bumps as well as people think, so you got to really be strategic on your moves and your pushing if you can.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the win here tonight, buddy. You got any final shout-outs for tonight?
Yeah, I got a dictionary in front of me. We'll shout out my teammates, one including my brother. I'll just mention his name so he's not mad. Teammate Logan Slavosky for really helping my my skills improve, giving me advice and tips and whatever. We got Colin Swanson, who unfortunately is dealing with a water heater issue, so he couldn't finish the race. He kind of just had to give it up. Who else we got? Dwayne. I don't know if Dwayne wasn't racing, but shout out him. Shout out AD and Sabrina. You know who you are. Let's do it. Decent shout out to you. Always doing the best broadcast, best camera angles, the best dude around. The best guy I've ever met.
Oh, I appreciate it, buddy.
You know, we appreciate you sometimes.
Well, I appreciate that you appreciate me sometimes.
Well, I appreciate that you understand that I appreciate you sometimes. So,
well, congrats again on the win, man. We look forward to the finale next week and seeing where you end up here in the point standings.
Yep, should be a good one. Make sure you tune in. 7:45 start time.
Sounds good. Let them know where they can watch it at.
Half Decent Productions.
Hell yeah. All right, buddy. Have a good night, man. We'll catch you next week.
We'll see you.
Your race winner, Jordan Kibbe, giving all the shout-outs here tonight. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we take a quick look at our final results here. Jordan Kibbe, 3 laps led. That's all that matters. He led the last one. Brandon Biddy in second, and Steve Castle. 29 green flag lead changes with 9 different leaders. Hard charger tonight goes to Brandon Costello. He's up 8 spots. Most laps led, of course, was Scott Drost. I'm really upset we couldn't see him here at the finish. He had a fast car out there tonight. Led 33 laps. Colin Swanson wasn't able to finish the race, but he got the fastest lap, 44.84. And Brandon Biddy was your pole winner, but second on the final. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night. I appreciate everyone for hanging out and talking it up and just listening to me ramble on about some racing. As always, come back next Tuesday to catch the finale here for the Super Speedway Series. 7:30 p.m. we go live, and then 7:45 is the green flag. Make sure you're here. We're going to Daytona. But as always, until next time, make sure you guys be good to each other. I appreciate you. Thank you, and good night.